Hello, my name is Visgluigers and welcome to another video of Borderlands The Pre-Sequel, and this will be the second skill tree video for the Claptrap, and it's called I Love You Guys. So this is going to be focusing on being a totally on support role. You're going to be only effective as supporting your teammates. Well, of course you can play this on solo and not supporting anyone, but it's not going to be very effective. The main focus of this build or tree is to heal your friends and have a huge stack of health of your own. So the starting skills are Best Buds for Life and Maniacal Laughter. Best Buds for Life. Whenever you're revived or you revive someone, you and your buddy gain health regeneration and damage resistance for a short time. Also extends fight for your life and increases gun damage while downed. Down time 5 to 25%. Downed gun damage 5 to 25% as well. Damage resistance 7 to 35%. Health regen from 0.5 to 2.5% of max health per second. So this skill, I personally think this is pretty good skill. Someone's gonna die anyways because the enemies are so beefed up when there's 4 players playing, so you're going to be the designated healer. Why? Well, because you get this health regen when you revive your body, and the body gets also the regen. And if you get killed, it's, you know, you get very good damage resistance, and you also do like 25% more damage, which helps drastically to get up, and also the time is increased. So yeah, you know, it's pretty good. But you know, if you don't wanna play fully on support and just constantly reviving your friends and so on, I think it can get quite boring, and I usually don't like to rely on you fight for your life to save my ass. I'm far more like to try to not be knocked out in the first place. So this is not like the way I would go, but in sense that if you're going to have a 4-player cooperative, yeah, someone's gonna fall all the time. Either if it is you or someone else is going to. So this is going to be very viable then. And actually this pretty much applies to the whole tree, that if you are playing alone, I don't think this tree has a lot of going for it, but the more you have players, the better it gets, and you'll see soon. Next we have Maniacal Laughter. Increases status effect chance. Dealing status effect damage to enemies grants stacks of Maniacal Laughter. You and your pals gain health regeneration for each stack of Maniacal Laughter. The lower your health, the greater the health regeneration. Each stack lasts a few seconds. Status effect chance 4 to 20%, regenerates up to 0.3 to 0.15% of your max health per stack per second. Max stacks 200. Now I think the regeneration up to 0.3 should be 0.03, and up to 0.15 because that doesn't make any fucking sense right now. So yeah, 0.15% health on stack. The status effect chance is really nice to have, like 20% buff on that one, but if you have 0.15 health regenerated per second and you have 200 stacks, the maximum you can have is up to 30%, but the likelihood of you getting all those 200 stacks is quite low. What would be more realistic is like around 100, I think. So that would be like 15%, which is pretty good actually. That is pretty good. So maniacal laughter is very valid. I think it's very valid skill, but it forces you to use elemental weapons, and some, let's say, quite many people tend to use them anyway. I kinda personally don't use them so much for some odd reason, but if you're anyways using them a lot, so it's no restriction to you that. And then we have all the things. What the fuck? All the things are awesome and kick him while he's down. All the things are awesome. Increases fire rate, weapon swap speed and max health. This bonus increases for every teammate in the game. Being part of the team is great. Fire rate 3 to 15%, weapon swap speed 3 to 15%. Also max health 5 to 25%, fire rate per teammate 1 to 5%, weapon swap speed also 1 to 5, max health 2 to 10%. So here we start to see that if you are only alone, this skill will give you 15% fire rate, which is it's not very noticeable. Weapon swap speed 15%. Really? Nope. And max health of 25%, which can make a deal. And having all these in one skill is like, I don't know, you know, what's the catch, you know? It's not very good at anything. Except for the 25% health is decent. So if you have, you know, 3 buddies, you get extra 15% fire rate and weapon swap speed and 30% more health. So it would be total of 30% fire rate increase and weapon swap speed as well, and max health of 55% more. And that is just really good at that stage. And this will show that, you know, this skill tree, you know, it can work on solo, but it's not as close as effective. Then we have kick him while he's down, and this is 1 out of 1 skill tree skill. While in fight for your life, you draw aggro from nearby enemies. Also unlocks action package Clap in the Box. Clap in the Box. Digistruct a giant bomb that hurts everything around it when it explodes. Now, the ability to aggro while you're down, I guess it's quite good since your buddies have a lot of easier time either dealing with the enemies or just reviving you, since they are just shooting at your buddy. But otherwise, yeah, you know, it doesn't quite do anything, but it kinda does. And what I don't know how it's going to work, but you know, if you take damage while you're in fight for your life, it's going to shorten your time that when you die. So I think this can actually work also against you, especially if you are playing on single player. This will fuck yours, but you know, they are anyways going to be shooting you, so what am I talking? But anyhow, this can give you a situation where it would be more beneficial that they would be focusing on your friend instead of you. But I think in most scenarios it will be better that they just shoot you instead of their live buddies. And then the clap in the box action skill upgrade of a sort. Giant bomb. So it says it hurts everyone around it, or everything. So it obviously does damage to your allies, or you know, co-op players. But does it do damage to you? Maybe. And that will suck balls. But I'm quite sure that if you can die to this explosion, if you kill someone with the same explosion, I'm quite sure you will get instant revive, or like second wind. But not too keen at all. For instance, the gun wizard, I think it was a ridiculous rate of fire and reload boost, so that would be a hell of a lot better in my opinion. So yet to be impressed with this skill tree. You know, I haven't had quite any really good skills for, you know, if you wanna do damage or just something great. The maniacal laughter, yeah, but it's just health regeneration, so it doesn't quite count. Then we have You Are Going to Love Me. Killing an enemy creates a friendship nova centered on the enemy, healing you and your friends in their radius. Allies who are low on health are healed for more. Also unlocks action package Gun Wizard. Friendship Nova heals up to 15% of your max health. Gun Wizard. You and our allies can drastically increase fire rate and reload speed. So here you do get the Gun Wizard, which will be a lot better in my opinion, because also your allies gain it, not just you. But the Nova that heals you, well, it's 50% and it can extend that, or exceed that 15%. But we don't know how big the Nova is. It's probably quite big. I think one of the trailers showed that Nova and it was quite big. But you know, it requires you to be very close to the enemy or your allies if you want to benefit from this help. So it's again something like, you know, yeah, if you have a melee character, so yeah, why not? But well, kind of none of these characters are melee focused characters. You know, maybe Athena can be, yeah, she can be. And well, Nisha kinda can be, but nah. So yeah, you know, if you use this right, it can work pretty well, and it's only one skill point, so yeah, I think you should take it anyways, even though it's not amazing, but I think it can save you from some scenarios. And then we have Wax Off, Wax On. It's a trap card. Pain Simulator is painful. So, wax off, wax on. Improves your shield capacity, shield recharge rate, and shield recharge delay. Shield capacity 3 to 15%, shield recharge rate 3 to 15%. Also, shield recharge delay from 3 to 15% shorter. So, the 15% capacity is, I think it's quite pathetic. The recharge rate is nothing to be excited about neither, and the delay is also fucking poor. If you really like to play with your shields, go ahead. But if you just want to make this build as tanky as possible, feel free to take this one, but I think it's the skill point cost to effectiveness rate is so fucking poor on this one. You know, 15% more on everything, or you know, 15% better. It's not enough. I don't think it's enough. Well, yeah, you know, there's 3 different areas, but I don't think it's very good. It's a trap card. When your shield becomes depleted, you release a Mega Nova centered on yourself that heals you and your friends, but hurts enemies. Targets low on health are healed for more. Your shields must fully recharge between Mega Novas. Mega Nova heals up to 15% of your max health. Now, this is the first skill that is actually quite good in my opinion. So, it only takes 1 skill point and it heals you and your friends around you whenever your shields are down. So, maybe you want a shield that does not have that high capacity, but instead very high recharge rate and very low recharge delay. So you will be constantly dealing these novas, and there's been quite good amount of health boosts in this tree, so you probably should go with this tree that you take every single skill point that gives you health boost, and then you go with the maniacal laughter, and then this one so that you get these Mega Nova around you. Then we have Pain Simulator is painful. Increases your max health and grants a small amount of damage reduction. Max health 6 to 30%, damage reduction 4.8 to 20.3%. Having a 20.3% flat damage reduction, so that it's not kill skill and it doesn't require anything. It's not like major holy shit what the fuck, but it's very valid skill, I think. And if you're going with the tanky healies build, you should definitely take this one over the wax off, wax on, since it adds that max health and damage reduction, which basically can be counted as health, kinda ish. Then we have Kick Him While He's Up and Organized Guns Are Happy. Kick Him While He's Up. Whenever you gain second wind, your gun damage, melee damage and critical hit damage is increased for a few seconds. Gun damage 5 to 25%, melee damage also 5 to 25%, critical hit damage 5 to 25%. Now, it's one of those things that, you know, if you're going to be knocked out quite a lot, yeah, why the fuck not? But I think this is even far more worse than kill skills, because how often are you gonna be forced into fight for your life? Well, ideally, not very much, I think. Or I wouldn't, wanna be forced into that too often. But I don't know, maybe you want to. This skill tree kinda encourages you to that, but whatever. Organized guns are happy. Increases magazine size with all weapon types for you and your buddies. Magazine size 5 to 25%. Team magazine size 2 to 10%. Now, 25% magazine size. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's not like very good neither, but I would definitely go with health. But if I'd had to decide between these two, I'd go with the magazine. But if I wouldn't have any friends around me, if I'd be playing solo all the time, I then would go with the kick him while he's up. Just because I get the full benefit of it, even though I don't have any co-op players around me. At the capstone, finally, we have high five, guys. Hold down the right stick, with whatever that means in PC, to request a high five from your friends. A successful high five increases your and your awesome friends' gun damage, fire rate, and grants health regeneration. Whoa! If you don't have any friends, or they leave you hanging, gain increased gun damage and health regeneration for a few seconds. Because screw you guys! Gun damage 15%, fire rate 50%, health regeneration 3% of your max health, cooldown 30 seconds. Now, if you wanna compare these to the last tree's capstone, which was fire rate 100%, reload speed another 100%, and it gives you a chance to form into a super awesome motherfucking pirate ship. You won't get a 100% fire rate nor reload speed unless you are very, very low on health and shields. But you will get it constantly all the time without kind of worrying that, is the cooldown off from this high five, and is there a buddy backing me up, or am I playing solo, all that kind of stuff, because you have to do it again and again and again and again. And even if it would be a lot better, the bonuses from the high five guys, it would still be frustrating as hell. But what is good about it is that your body will get it as well, so it can't be too overpowered because two players will get it. But if you're left hanging or you're just playing solo, you won't get the fire rate bonus. You will only get the 15% gun damage and the 3% health regeneration. And if you think of it as a capstone that has a 30 seconds of cooldown, and this will work for a few seconds, and it's worth for 15% gun damage and 3% health regen, and you will have a lot of health and a lot of free health regen already by the stage when you get to the capstone. Is it even worth it? I wouldn't ever in a million years play this tree over the boom trap tree. as when I'm playing single player. With friends, yeah, I can see myself playing this tree, but I'm quite sure it will get boring quite quickly, cause all your buddies are doing the action and the hard work, and you're just running around getting shot at and reviving people, trying to request high fives. Is that the way you wanna play? Cause it can work and it will work, but is it fun? Yeah, of course, if you find a rare loot or whatever legendary weapon, yeah, you can be a really good damage dealer in this, but this tree does not encourage you to be a damage dealer at all. Not at all. The boom trap, however, was like full on in your face dealing damage, and I think that works a lot better. And of course this tree can be fun if you just change how you think about it. I probably can't, and that's my problem, but yeah, you can be quite tanky in this one, to be honest, but none of these skills seem like, oh man, I can't wait to get 2 skill points so that I can unlock this next skill. There's none of that. The high five, guys, it's capstone. Everyone's gonna be anyways winning capstone, whatever it is. But just there's, if we go back to top, there's like the reload speed. Then if you get up, you get some bonuses. Then there's the damage reduction, which is pretty good, but nothing superb. And the Mega Nova is pretty good. Got to give him that. The shield boost, not very good. Gun Wizard can be good. There's just nothing. Well, there's that one skill to be confirmed that we don't know that can be good, but I'm quite sure that it's not going to be damage related. It's a memory disk. The image, I mean. The image is a fucking memory disk. Or whatever it's called, I don't know. English is too hard for me. But I'm quite sure it's some kind of health thingy. And then you start with the maniacal laughter, which is really good. So yeah. How will this tree work? It will, but it won't be very fun to play as, in my opinion. The boom trap will be like, I think that will be one of those trees where you just hang out with your buds and have a couple of beers, and then you play some Borderlands, and one of you just play with the Claptrap, and everything is just exploding, and you're like, what the hell are you doing? And then we're like, oh, I don't know what the fuck is going on. Everything just goes to shit over here. I can't see anything. There's just explosions, but somehow I'm still alive. That kind of stuff. I think that will be hilarious. This will be more like, I don't know, I guess more like hardcore players can enjoy this when doing like true Vault Hunter mode raids or whatever. End game stuff, yeah, this can work, but as you're playing the first playthrough, I do not recommend this tree. We'll see what the third tree will bring us. I'm quite sure the boom trap will be my favorite of these trees. But we'll have to see. I hope I will get the video to you tomorrow, since I was able to make this on time. It would be a shame if I wouldn't do the third one in time as well. But we will see. I will do my best to get it to you guys. So thank you so much for watching again, and I hope I see you in the next video.